Good morning, or good afternoon, everybody. My name is Timm. I'm a staff biologist with Mote Marine Laboratory, and I'm also the Islamorada Nursery Manager up here in the Upper Keys. So for those of you who might be aware, Mote announced last year at World Oceans Day the construction of a new land-based coral nursery in Islamorada. Since that announcement, we've built the nursery. It sits on the property of Bud & Mary's Marina. They've been a great partner with us to help us get it built, but we'll be operating very soon. Already we are out planting corals with our partnership through iCare, which is Islamorada Conservation and Restoration Education. So far this year, I believe iCare has planted over 1,000 of our corals out here in the Upper Keys. So some of those sites that they frequent are Alligator Reef, and with the help of the community, so they take out the public diving, planting corals, mostly staghorn and elkhorn corals. So it's very exciting. We're glad to be up here in the Upper Keys. Today we are at the History and Discovery Center, which you guys have logged into their Facebook page. But I just want to stress the importance of coral restoration as it pertains to the entire Florida Keys. So Mote Marine Lab, along with other coral practitioners, are working to restore reefs, especially as part of Mission Iconic Reefs with the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. So in order to do that requires the help of a lot of people and expanding to a lot of new locations. So for Mote Marine Lab, our main facility is in Summerlin Key, but we've moved our efforts to the Upper Keys as well. So we're going to try to put efforts towards the Upper Keys, and with the help of the Upper Keys community, we're able to do that. So this next year we have plans to put out roughly around 4,000 corals in the Upper Keys area. And again, we will be focusing not only on Alligator Reef. Mote's efforts will then start focusing on Chica Rocks, which is nearby here, actually very close to the History and Discovery Center. So it's a very exciting time, and for a lot of us, we don't have any time to waste when it comes to coral restoration. Corals, as many of you may know, are very, well, not only threatened, but we're losing them. Florida Keys, we have roughly only around 2% live coral coverage at most of our reefs. So we have plans to restore those as part of Mission Iconic Reefs with the National Marine Sanctuary to 20 to 25% coral coverage in the next 20 years. So we have plans to restore 7 of our reefs here in the Florida Keys and others. So our basis for restoration is research-based restoration. So we're putting corals out that will withstand not only disease events, but also climatic changes, whether it's temperature, low pH, things of that nature. So it's an exciting time. Moving forward, I will be feeding our fish here.
Michael, I have
yes.
a question. What type of corals are you all working with here at your Upper Keys facility?
Yeah, it's a good question. So our corals are going to serve, again, mainly with iCare, so that'll be elkhorn and staghorn. Predominantly now we're working with the staghorn corals. We bring those corals from our offshore nursery in the Lower Keys near Lou Key, and then we transport them up here to iCare. And then that facility in Islamorada will be holding bouldering species such as some of our brain corals. Chica Rocks is a very shallow site and has a lot of bouldering corals. So you can imagine a lot of the massives, brain corals, some star coral. So whether it's some of our Montastria cavernosa, which is our giant star coral, or even our Orbicella faviolata, which is our mountainous. So we have the ability to keep corals and tailor-make as far as what we're outplanting to keep in our nursery. So that's the idea, is that a nursery can serve local reefs around it. So instead of having to transport corals from different areas, we can serve local reefs with that small nursery. And it serves for iCare. So iCare runs most of their operations out of Bud & Mary's Marina. So having corals on site not only makes that process a lot more efficient, but also allows for outreach and education. So their clients and members of the public can come in and check out our nursery, which we will be open to the public for tours and education programs. Great. So, we have, again, the Upper Keys and the Lower Keys, and we have to restore our reefs all the way, going all the way from Martin County all the way to the Dry Tortugas. So I'm going to go ahead and feed. This is our reef tank. Those of you might be aware, we have Larry, I believe, the lobster up top there. So I'm going to start off with feeding the lobster first, and then we'll feed the rest of the fish. But you'll see it's a lot of, we have to target feed the lobsters so that the other fish don't get his food. But you can see he's waiting and ready up here at the top. So he's done this many times before. But in order to make sure that he gets his food, I will use, I'll target feed him. So basically just handing it right in front of him so you can see he's right below me here. Oh, no, not for the fish. All right, so there he goes. All right, so it's like he took that one, so I'm gonna let him eat that. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna feed the fish so they can get their fill. They're waiting for me here, so. These are all Caribbean species of fish. These are ones that we would find throughout the Florida Keys into the Caribbean. So we have a lot of grunts and, whoop, there we go. All right, guys. And you can see there's a little puffer fish at the top there too, so. It's important to note, when you're looking at even a tank of this nature, that most of these corals, actually all of these corals are artificial. However, it's a good example of the reef ecosystem. So we're looking at a lot of fish and how they utilize corals and how their corals provide essential fish habitat for the life stages of these fish. So we always talk about in the Florida Keys especially that coral reefs are not unique or not standalone ecosystems. They're connected to others, such as seagrasses and mangroves. So we talk about these connections between the three. So a lot of these fish will start their life stages in the mangroves or the seagrasses and eventually make their way out to the coral reef. So the lobster's excited. Let's see if I can get his attention again. May have to feed him from the other side here, so I'm just gonna move up. So he's still, he knows there's more. There's another shrimp waiting for him. Let's see if you can get him to come up here. Oh, he's going to run to the other side now. So one thing about lobsters is they are very social animals. There's entire studies on them as far as how they communicate with each other. I think there's a book called The Secret Lives of Lobsters. It really goes into detail about how they are fairly intelligent. Let's see if I can get him to come up. I'll start climbing. Nope, not for you. I think that pufferfish always tries to compete with a lobster. Yep, sure does. Well, he'll make his way. So either side, depending on where he goes and climbs up. Here he comes. Come on. The one with the black stripes on its, the black bands on its head, that's a pork fish. Nope, 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 nope. I always seem to get the first one to him, but the second one, everybody else wants it. Come on, Larry. Oh, geez, just too slow. I can get him another one. He's gonna, no, he smells it, so I think he's upset that he didn't get it. I'll pull out another one and feed him later, so he won't be disappointed.
All right.
Well, great. Well, now he's going up the wall now that I don't have shrimp.
Sign off.
Yeah, so thank you very much for joining us. Again, we're excited to, we're always excited to have our exhibit here at the History and Discovery Center and share with you about marine ecosystems and coral reefs. So we're excited and hope to see you guys at our new Isla Mirada nursery here in the future. So thank you.